Okay guys, welcome to the second episode of the 1994 Mazda Miata. It's an NA Mark 1, I believe, with a 1.8 liter engine, and it belongs to this young man next to me, whose name is Nick, and he's my son. He's 14 years old almost, and he just got his first car, and we're gonna see what the actual condition of it is so we can restore it for him. Right? We have 2 years to do that until he gets his driver's license. So we put her on jack stand so we can see the condition of underneath. Now we're gonna do a little bit more inspection together. All right, let's start from the front end. So yesterday we showed you a little bit here when we got the car, but we didn't remove the bumper completely. So now when we removed it, we can see clearly what's happened here. So the car has been into an accident, that's why it has a red hood and a red bumper. The original ones obviously were not salvageable. But they didn't put everything back together properly. What they did was they cut some structure away from here. So I looked it up today a little bit, and there's a rail here which is called tie bar. So this tie bar is missing, and there's another rail coming here on top which is called upper tie bar. So this is missing as well. There's also a skid plate here underneath that is missing, and there's another center support, I believe it is called, from the skid plate going up in the middle to the upper tie bar. So all this we don't have. But anyways, we're gonna look into wrecked cars, into parting out cars and stuff like that, and we're gonna find a whole front end for here to replace. For now we have a lot more things to be doing. Here in the engine we don't know much yet. I'm planning today, if not today, maybe tomorrow, we can do a compression test, because it's late at night. We are in the garage for an hour or so. So we'll see if we're gonna perform a compression test today or tomorrow. But what we found out yesterday, the power steering pump is just hanging here for whatever reason. It's hanging on its hoses. So it's been disconnected, and we don't know why, but we're gonna figure that out. So that's everything that we know about the engine. So we're gonna have to do a little bit more inspection. So somebody put some performance stuff on this car, but how far did they go? I don't know. Looks, there's a fuel pressure gauge here, and there's here where normally you have vents over there like this. They put an air fuel ratio 2 and a voltmeter. For whatever reason they decided that they need a voltmeter in the car. So anyways, let's look at the body. So coming down here, the front fenders, what I'm hoping is that they are rusted only in this area. Everything else looks pretty much okay, but again, we don't know, because it might be Bondo. But I tapped them here and there. I don't feel much Bondo, especially here around the wheel arches. It looks good. Here there's a little bit of a rust, but that's nothing to be worried about. So I'm hoping that this is the only problem with the front fenders. The other one is in the same shape, and we're not gonna buy new ones. We're gonna repair these fenders. This is how much body filler they used to make it look right, and they did the right thing, just not really. Okay, next, if we keep going in this direction, the rockers, they are in a real bad shape, especially in the rear end. So this we're not gonna attempt to repair at all. We're gonna buy new rockers. They're not that expensive. We're gonna replace the whole thing. The rear fender, the same. They sell repair patches that are only up to here, I think, or somewhere here. So this part they sell separately, but it costs almost as much as an entire fender. So we're gonna get new fenders, and even if we don't change the entire fender here, we might just cut like this and replace this part down. Sorry, you're just listening, right? I know, but that's what you have to do. Listen for now. You're gonna put your hands on soon. So yeah, we determined that we need rear fenders and we need rockers, that for sure. The rear end looks like it is in a good shape, but again, who knows how much Bondo there is. We're gonna have to clean the paint and determine whether we need more bodywork somewhere or not. But for now, I think that's it. This side is pretty much the same, except they used metal here to repair it. They riveted something, like, seriously. Looks like the car has been patched for sale, and looks like the previous owner or the previous owner or whoever bought it in this shape, because it's been in this green color has been on it for a while. So the car has been repaired when it was this color, the dark green or blue or whatever that is, and then it lasted for a while with this green color on top. I just hope that somebody didn't buy it as a good car and then they started finding out all this. Whatever. The doors, I haven't checked the doors yet, but whatever problems they have, like there's a little problem over there, but if they have problems, we're gonna fix them. We're not changing doors unless we find super cheap, super good doors. Let me see. Yeah. There is a problem here, but nothing that we can't fix. Yeah, the whole bottom lip is, I don't know. Maybe they can clean up. Just here there is a problem, but this can be fixed. This front fender is the same. Has problem here, but this one we even took off at some point, and it's not everything is body filler. So here you see there was an accident here again, so that's a different accident than the accident that they have here. So I believe that we can repair the front fenders. Let's just quickly look at the other door, the bottom. I don't know why it's beeping when the right door is open. Well, this one actually looks much better. Oh, this is definitely salvageable, this door. So, not a problem here. Anything in these pockets? No. Okay. And now, let's go look underneath, because I already saw things there that I don't understand. So, let's dive under the car now. Right away, we can see these rails here that have been smashed really bad. I don't know why, but they've been smashed. And what's even funnier is that they actually bonded them. I removed pieces of Bondo from, no, it's not this. So somebody took their time and went under the car and bonded the rails, like over there. You see this? They hit the rust with body filler, even though there's not much rust. Look at this. This is all body filler here. Crazy. Who goes into trouble to fix the bottom of the car.
Whoa.
To fix the bottom of the car.
Is this Bondo?
Yeah, that's body filler.
Oh.
That's body filler?
Yeah. Anyways, the thing is, underneath, the rail is not rusted or anything. It is just smashed. Did they jack it up on this rail, or they just drove over things? I have no idea. But anyways, well, looks like this exhaust is in a good shape actually. It's just straight pipe. Well, it has a muffler at the back. It's a little bit noisy. But anyway, the good news is that oh, look at this one. Look at how bad this one is smashed. The good news is that there's no rust. At least not that we can see. We're gonna, of course, clean it up and see. Maybe there is some, but for now, it looks good.
It's a little bit of a rusty bead. Oh, never mind. Thought it was... Whoa.
Heavy?
Yes. At least for me.
Alright, so Nick removed all the wheels and I already started inspecting the bushings here, and it turns out that they're not in a horrible shape. Everything looks okay. The upper control arm, the lower control arm, even the ball joint here seems to be okay. The only problem I see is on the sway bar link here. These bushings, not that they're loose, but they look cracked. That's the only thing that I can see here in the front. And in the back, on the other side, we definitely need sway bar bushings, sway bar links. But for here, maybe if we take everything apart, of course we're gonna change the bushings, but for now there's no like a need of immediate change. They can last for a while. The tie rod ends look good. There's no play at all. So this is good. The rear end, I haven't checked yet, but we're gonna have to take a pry bar and see these bushings if they are in a good shape or not. But they look okay. Nothing super problematic. Nick, can you go press the brakes, please? So Nick told me that he's hearing a noise when he presses the brakes, and I can hear it too. And let's go underneath and figure it out. Okay, Nick, do it again. Do it again. Okay, so one of these brake lines here, somewhere, I believe under this has a hole. So we need to change brake lines, which we've done before, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, but the suspension doesn't require an immediate attention. Again, if we take out the suspension, we're gonna change the bushings, but for now, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna focus on the rust for now. There's more structure inside that needs to be repaired, but to be honest, I'm more like I'm happy with the condition of the car. I was expecting a lot more rust underneath based on this here, but it looks like this is the biggest problem and everything else is just cosmetics, like this here, for example. We're gonna have to cut this out, straighten it and put it back, or make new rails for here. We'll see what we're gonna do. All right, guys, so it's another day and it's pretty late at night. So we are for a very short time in the garage and we just want to do one thing tonight.
I don't know how to do it that way.
We're done. Let's go. Just kidding you. Okay. I thought it was gonna be on the way, that's why. The one thing is I want to pull out the spark plugs and perform a compression test. We want to see what the compression is on this engine because, like I said, something has been done on it, but nobody knows what. So we are okay if we have to rebuild the engine. It's expected. It's 289,000 kilometers, so it might need to be rebuilt, but maybe it has already been so maybe it has
Already been rebuilt?
Yeah, how did you say that? Maybe it has already been rebuilt, and we never know. So just checking the compression is gonna tell us a little bit of the story, and then we're gonna go from there. We'll decide what to do. I don't think then my tools are gonna work here. They do. Okay. That's some big gap here, and it's pretty black and carbonized. Well, it doesn't look too bad, but the gap is huge. I don't know if that's normal. I have no idea what's normal for this car, so we're not gonna touch them yet. Like this, yeah.
It's not, I don't know.
The longer the stroke, the better.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's working. Okay. Now I need you to go inside, put in neutral, press the gas all the way, and crank it. Okay, crank it until I tell you. Stop. That's actually, I don't know, for me that's pretty good. So it's 195. Wow.
yeah. What is it supposed to be?
I don't know, but for trials it's much less. I don't know. Okay, let's test number 2 now.
Is it supposed to be the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Same thing. Almost 200 actually. 199. Enough? 200. Wow. I've never measured compression like this. I always measure on triumphs. I measure 130, 135, something like that. Get again. Perfect.
What?
Perfect. 200.
So cylinder 1, 195, cylinder 2, 199, cylinder 3, 200, and cylinder 4, 200?
Yeah. Alright, so these are the results. The first time Nick didn't open the throttle all the way, so we had these results: 195, 99, 200, 200. It was pretty consistent. Then I told him to press the gas pedal all the way, and he cranked it, and now all of a sudden on first cylinder we had, but I don't think that here we cranked it for a long enough time. I think if we kept cranking it, it was gonna go higher. Anyway, so now it went to 215 psi with full throttle. Second cylinder though remained the same, 200, like 199. Third cylinder went to 212 and fourth cylinder went to 215. So 1, 3 and 4 are pretty consistent. Number 2 is a little bit low, but again, from my experience, I know that if the cylinders are within 10% of each other, they're good. And 10% of 215, let's say, is what, 21 psi. So from 215 to 195, it would be great. We are 199. So I think, I don't know, I'm not familiar with these engines, but I think this is a pretty good compression for any engine. So tomorrow Nick is going to look up the spec and everything, and we're going to figure out if this is a good compression or not. I believe it is. So that gives us a pretty good hope that this engine doesn't need to be rebuilt. So we're gonna focus on the rest of the car. We're gonna do all the repairs that we're planning with the body, with everything else. And then eventually we're gonna put the car on the road and we're gonna drive it one day when everything is ready. I'm thinking also to change the suspension bushings anyways, that we have so much time until we have to drive this car. So maybe we should do all that. We're gonna leave the engine for last. And when everything else is ready and we start driving the car, maybe we're gonna start driving it before Nick gets driver's license. Maybe I can take it as a daily driver. Anyways, but we're gonna start driving it and we will see how the engine performs, if it burns oil, if it smokes, if it has power and everything. And then we're gonna decide what to do with the engine, whether we should take it out and rebuild it, or just maybe we need to change gaskets and stuff. I don't know. But the thing is, for now, we're gonna leave it alone. I believe it is a pretty good engine. Alright, it's another day and we put the wheels back on and we dropped her on the ground because there's one more thing that we want to do with this car. And it is this thing. Okay, enough. Go backwards now. A little bit of body filler. Are you gonna turn eventually? Easy boy, easy. Smoky. Someone has been driving without a seatbelt. And you know this car has more than one gear, right?
You want me to go to the second?
Eventually.
There's no space.
Yeah, just for a second over there on the straight. Come on. You know, hold the clutch. When you feel it starts going, just hold it where it is. Hold there. Wow. He knows where second is. Okay, let's switch directions now. to back up too.
See if we're in circle.
Here's my Uber driver. Take me to the liquor store, please.
Well, unfortunately I can't.
Okay, so drive me around in circles, please, but don't make me pay for it.
Okay.
Alright.
A little bit bumpy.
Yeah, normally first is only to start. If you go to a complete stop, then you need to put in first. But yeah, and now you can do the... Good job! That was a good go. You were almost stopped, so... Good. Relax. Alright guys, so we're gonna keep going in circles here, and I guess that will do for this episode. We have pretty much idea what we need to buy. Eventually we're gonna order what we need, and then we're gonna start stripping some parts, changing them, welding stuff and stuff like that. So that's gonna be in future episodes, so stay tuned, and we're gonna see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Ice on the road, boy.
I'm fine. My dad's driving a Miata. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I want to do that so bad, but I would stall. Don't get too cocky.